For more than 20 consecutive years, Dollar Tree has been selling a made-in-USA degreaser for $1.50, while Home Depot sells an equivalent product for $8.50. And that's just one of 12 items Dollar Tree might regret underpricing so heavily once they look back at their sales numbers. You'd be awesome if you subscribed and liked this video. Before diving into the list, there's something I need to share with you. TikTok and YouTube are full of videos praising everything at Dollar Tree, many of which are filmed in a single afternoon, without the creators ever testing the products for more than a week. The 12 items below were selected differently, and the reason Dollar Tree prices them so low is simpler than you might think. Dollar Tree enters into direct, long-term distribution agreements with manufacturers, committing to purchase volumes large enough for factories to run a single production line continuously without worrying about excess inventory. In return, they secure pricing that typical retail chains simply cannot negotiate because they don't buy in those quantities. These are not liquidated goods or overstock items. They are authentic, year-round inventory distributed under an entirely different pricing model. 1. LA's Totally Awesome Cleaner. As the best-selling product in Dollar Tree's history for over 20 years, its $1.50 price tag has remained unchanged. That price point leaves anyone in the commercial cleaning industry scratching their heads as to why Dollar Tree hasn't raised it. Made in California with a made-in-USA formula, LA's Totally Awesome features a surfactant concentration higher than most standard retail cleaners you regularly use. The first time you spray it onto a grease-caked range hood filter and watch the grime dissolve on contact, the first question on your mind isn't whether it works. It's why you've spent years paying $8 at Home Depot when this $1.50 bottle delivers the exact same results. Brands like Simple Green or Goo Gone sell comparable solutions for anywhere from $5.50 to $8.50 a bottle. What few people realize, however, is that diluting this cleaner at a 1:5 ratio with water turns a single $1.50 bottle into 3 to 4 multi-surface spray bottles for your home, coming out to less than 50 cents per bottle. Professional cleaning companies and auto repair shops across the U.S. have known this for a long time, while Dollar Tree still hasn't realized they are severely underpricing an item people are willing to pay 5 times more for elsewhere. If you thought the cleaner was the biggest surprise on today's list, our next item marks the first time a brand with over 250 years of history has appeared on Dollar Tree shelves at a price CVS would never dare to match. 2. Yardley London Bar Soap. Yardley London is not a name you are used to seeing at Dollar Tree, and that is exactly why many people walk right past this shelf without looking back. This soap brand originated in England in 1770. With a history of serving royalty longer than the United States has existed, and a single 4.25-ounce bar sells at CVS, Walgreens, or Rite Aid for $4 each. Dollar Tree is selling that exact same soap bar for $1.25. Not a downsized version or a different formula, but the identical product. What makes Yardley different from standard soap is the triple milled process during production, which makes the soap bar dense and usable down to the last tiny sliver, without turning soft and mushy when exposed to water like common cheap soaps. The natural shea butter ingredient in the oatmeal and almond line provides good moisturization without drying out or irritating the skin after bathing. And that is why many older adults particularly favor this variety during dry seasons when skin easily loses moisture. A small detail that many people often overlook is that placing a Yardley soap bar inside a wardrobe drawer also gives off a gentle, natural scent, eliminating the need to buy separate scent sachets. Saving $2.75 per soap bar may sound small, but for a household using it regularly, that is a real amount of money worth keeping. And this is genuine name brand merchandise rather than a knockoff or lower grade version that many people still worry about when shopping at Dollar Tree. 3. SureFresh Pre-Cut Parchment Paper. 25 pre-cut parchment sheets for $1.25. That is the number that makes many shoppers at Dollar Tree pick the box up and put it right back down, assuming the quality must be terrible, only to go to Target and buy a $4 to $6 roll of Reynolds that they still have to cut themselves every single time. This is precisely when the "you get what you pay for" mindset directly takes money out of your pocket. SureFresh pre-cuts these into 12-inch squares that fit most standard baking sheets perfectly. The single-sided non-stick silicone coating keeps food from sticking to the bottom. And once you are done, simply lift it off and throw it away. The baking sheet remains completely clean. Instead of unrolling and cutting while your hands are covered in flour or grease, you just pull out a sheet and you're done. People who have used these pre-cut sheets rarely go back to standard rolls, not just because of the quality, but because nobody wants to cut paper in the middle of cooking. For frequent air fryer users, Dollar Tree also offers the SureFresh Brown air fryer liners for $1.50, giving you 15 to 20 pre-cut pieces that fit the bottom of the basket perfectly without any extra measuring. Dollar Tree is selling a more convenient product at a lower price point, creating a situation so rare it almost seems suspicious until you try it for yourself. 4. Collapsible Kitchen Colander. This $1.50 colander does something that $7 to $11 rigid colanders on Amazon cannot do. Completely disappear after you finish using it. With a light push, it collapses flat as thin as a plate, slipping right into the narrowest kitchen cabinet gap without taking up an extra inch of space. And when popped open, it works normally just like any other colander. The body of the colander is made from high-elasticity TPR flexible plastic with a rigid plastic rim and base for load support. And this is not the flimsy type of plastic that tears after a few uses. American homemaking YouTubers who specialize in testing Dollar Tree products have folded and unfolded it continuously over 100 times without the flexible seams tearing or losing elasticity, keeping its structure solid while holding up to 2.2 pounds of produce. For compact kitchens or cabinets that are already packed, that test result means you are buying something you can use daily instead of something you tuck into a corner and forget about. Amazon sells the same type of collapsible colander made from similar materials for $7 to $11, and people still buy it regularly simply because they don't know Dollar Tree carries it for $1.50. That price gap is $5.50 to $9.50 that you don't need to spend. And the day Dollar Tree realizes that, this $1.50 version will no longer be on the shelves. 5. SureFresh Rectangular Storage Containers. Target forces you to buy an entire 10-pack of Rubbermaid containers for $10 to $14, even when you only need a few, while Dollar Tree sells sets of 2 to 3 containers for $1.50, coming out to 50 to 75 cents per container. But what lands this item on today's list is not just that number. The number 5 recycling symbol, printed on the bottom of the container, is something many people overlook when buying plastic food containers. But for meal prep containers, it is the most critical detail. Standard PP polypropylene with a BPA-free label means you can put it straight into the microwave, store it in the freezer, and run it through the dishwasher rack multiple times without the container warping or discoloring. The keto and clean eating communities in the US have used and positively reviewed these containers across health forums because they hold their shape after months of continuous use. Something standard cheap plastic containers cannot survive beyond a few weeks. For people managing low sodium or low sugar portion control, the built-in compartments make it easy to prep an entire week's worth of food in one go without having to re-weigh and measure every meal. The day Dollar Tree decides to switch to thinner materials or move these to their plus shelves, that difference in savings will no longer stay in your pocket. The next item is something where the FDA has standardized the formula across the entire United States, meaning there is zero scientific reason to pay $3.79 at Walgreens for what Dollar Tree sells for $1.25. Yet most people still do every single week. 6. Swan Isopropyl Alcohol 70%. Vijon Corporation manufactures Swan 70% isopropyl alcohol in Tennessee and distributes it to both Walgreens and Dollar Tree. Walgreens slaps its store brand label on it and sells a 16 fluid ounce bottle for $2.99 to $3.79, while Dollar Tree sells that exact same 16 fluid ounce bottle from the same factory for $1.25. Nothing changes between the two bottles except the outer label and the extra money coming out of your pocket. So why is there such a massive price difference for the exact same thing? Because Walgreens pays for prime real estate rent, staffing, and advertising, folding all of those expenses into the retail price, whereas Dollar Tree does not do that with this item. The FDA strictly regulates the 70% isopropyl alcohol formula uniformly across the United States. The ratio of 70% alcohol to 30% purified water is a mandatory standard that no manufacturer is permitted to alter, regardless of where it is sold. Scientifically, there is zero difference between the $1.25 bottle here and the $3.79 bottle at CVS to justify paying an extra $2.54 every single time you buy. Small clinics and professional nail technicians across the U.S. routinely stock up on this at Dollar Tree, not because they want to cut corners carelessly, but because once you understand the manufacturing process, there is simply no reason to buy it anywhere else. This is an item that Dollar Tree prices substantially lower than what they could charge. And as long as that remains true, running out of rubbing alcohol at home is a solid reason to stop by here instead of heading to a pharmacy. 7. The original super glue gel. Many people assume that $1.50 glue is only good for temporary fixes that will come apart after a few days. That preconception would make sense if you didn't know that Dollar Tree is selling the actual name brand from the original Superglue Corporation at that price. Not a knockoff, not a watered-down formula, but pure ethyl cyanoacrylate that bonds firmly to wood, metal, ceramic, rubber, and hard plastic. This multi-pack of 2 to 3 mini tubes solves a problem that a $7.50 bottle of Gorilla Glue from Lowe's cannot. Air getting inside and causing the glue to cure and harden midway through before you can finish using it. Each small tube is completely sealed until opened, used once for the specific task at hand, and then discarded with nothing wasted. Whether fixing broken eyeglass frames, cracked teacup handles, or peeling shoe soles, a single tube is plenty, coming out to a total cost of less than 75 cents. Gorilla Glue or Loctite sells for $5.98 to $7.50 for the exact same job, and most of that glue bottle will harden in a drawer before you ever need it a second time. Household repair professionals have known this for a long time, while most people are still paying an extra $6 for something where they only needed to spend 75 cents. 8. Driver's Choice Microfiber Towels. A question many people never think about when buying cleaning towels is why streaks remain after wiping glass. The answer isn't that you didn't clean thoroughly enough, but that ordinary cotton towels push dust from one spot to another rather than actually trapping it. That is why microfiber towels exist, and that is also why this $1.50 towel deserves a mention on today's list. Polyester and polyamide fibers, woven in a microscopic structure, create millions of tiny hooks that grab fine dust via static charge, leaving behind zero water streaks or lint on glossy surfaces when wiping glass, mirrors, induction stovetops, stainless steel, or TV screens. Real-world testing shows that the dust-trapping ability of this towel line is fully comparable to the bulk yellow microfiber packs at Costco, featuring sturdy, overlocked, stitched edges that withstand dozens of machine washes without unraveling or losing absorbency. Walmart or Target sells individual microfiber towels for $2.50 to $3.50 each, while Dollar Tree offers a 2-pack for $1.50, coming out to 75 cents a towel. You get what you pay for is a valid assumption for many things, but not for this towel, and Costco does not sell microfiber towels of equivalent quality for 75 cents a piece. Many people are willing to pay $10 at Ulta thinking a cheaper product couldn't possibly share the same formula. Yet millions of people on TikTok have taken the time to read through ingredient lists line by line to prove exactly where that thinking goes wrong. 9. Be Pure Body Scrub. Before talking about the price, we need to talk about the ingredients first, because that is the real reason Be Pure lands on this list. The American beauty community took the time to read the ingredient labels on both Be Pure and Tree Hut Shea Sugar Scrub, placing both jars side by side on TikTok under the hashtag #DollarTreeBeauty. And the conclusion after millions of views is that the two formulas are virtually identical. This is not subjective perception, nor is it a rumor. It is the result of an actual ingredient comparison. Tree Hut at Target, Ulta, or Walmart retails for $8.99 to $10.99 a jar, while Be Pure at Dollar Tree sells for $1.50. Natural sugar granules combined with plant butters gently massage and soften dry, rough patches on elbows, knees, and cracked heels without scratching the epidermal layer. A crucial detail for older adults with thinner, more sensitive skin. In 2026, Dollar Tree added the Brazilian Orchid and Amber Glow scents to the Be Pure lineup, and both are generating a similar craze across social media. So why does Dollar Tree continue to sell this for $1.50 when they could easily charge more? Nobody knows the exact answer, but no one can guarantee that this pricing will last forever. 10. Hosley Aromatherapy Incense Sticks. There are things where the price gap between Dollar Tree and everywhere else is so massive it sounds hard to believe. And this box of Hosley incense sticks is one of them. Target sells a similar Room Essentials line for $5 for 15 sticks with a holder, while Dollar Tree sells a box of 50 authentic Hosley sticks for $1.25. That works out to 2 cents per stick here, compared to more than 33 cents per stick at Target. And actual user quality reviews rate both lines on par with each other. Hosley is no unfamiliar name. This brand has been around for years on Amazon and Walmart, with a wide variety of scents ranging from sandalwood and lavender to aromatherapy blends tailored for relaxation and meditation. Each stick burns evenly for about 30 to 45 minutes, long enough to neutralize kitchen odors after a meal, create a soothing atmosphere in the living room in the evening, or simply freshen up the bathroom without an electricity-draining diffuser. Many people buy it the first time purely out of curiosity, only to come back for more after realizing that 50 incense sticks for $1.25 here last an entire month, whereas that same amount of money at Target wouldn't even buy 4 sticks. This is the kind of price difference that, once you know about it, becomes very difficult to keep ignoring. 11. Heartline by Hallmark. Not many people know that the $1.25 greeting card in their hand at Dollar Tree and the $8.99 card at Walgreens both originate from the same corporation in Kansas City. The exclusive distribution agreement between Hallmark and Dollar Tree is one of the largest retail partnerships in the United States. And that is why Hallmark's heavy cardstock, embossed designs, and crisp foil stamping appear here at a price $3.75 to $7.75 lower than buying at a pharmacy. Birthdays, weddings, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and sympathy cards are all fully stocked, featuring English messages carefully drafted by the Hallmark team rather than copied boilerplate text. Many older adults miss important occasions for loved ones simply because they forget to buy a card in advance. And the habit of keeping a stack of cards ready in a drawer is something made entirely effortless by the $1.25 price point here. For those who send cards regularly, saving $3.75 to $7.75 per card adds up to a noticeable figure throughout the year. And that is real cash in your pocket rather than just numbers on paper. The $1.25 Hallmark card keeps you from missing important occasions for your loved ones. And the final item is what gives you a reason to sit down with them on weekend afternoons without having to think about anything else. 12. Crayola and Disney Coloring Books. What many people do not expect when seeing this $1.50 book on Dollar Tree shelves is that it is not a knockoff. This is an officially printed product with authentic licenses from Disney and Crayola, featuring thick paper that prevents crayons from bleeding through to the back page, and characters like Frozen, Spider-Man, Barbie, or Disney Princess are sharply printed to the exact standard of versions sold at Barnes & Noble for $4.99 to $6.99. Many preschools and community programs across the U.S. order large quantities of these books at Dollar Tree as learning materials, not because they lack choices, but because educational budgets do not permit paying $6.99 at Target for the exact same licensed book. Children practice patience, develop creative thinking, and spend less time glued to screens, while grandparents have a reason to sit down with their grandchildren on weekends without having to worry about costs. There are moments when the money spent does not reflect its true value, and an afternoon where grandparents sit coloring with their young grandchild using a $1.50 book is one of the clearest examples of that. Dollar Tree is pricing this far below the value it provides, and perhaps even Disney and Crayola never expected their products to appear here at that price point. The 12 items mentioned have specific reasons for appearing on this list, but precisely because of that, many people will leave the video thinking that Dollar Tree is the place to buy everything, and that is a takeaway I do not want you to have. When it comes to fresh groceries, high-wattage electronics, or heavy-duty nonstick cookware, Aldi, Costco, or Target remain the better choices, because buying cheap once in the wrong place often leads to buying a replacement sooner than you think. Knowing that boundary is what truly helps you save real money, rather than just feeling like you are saving. However, with consumable supplies, the math is entirely different. Costco sells in bulk cases that look cheap per unit, but if you only finish a fraction while the rest sits in a pantry until the expiration date, the actual cost per unit you genuinely use is far higher than the number printed on the package. Dollar Tree sells the exact right amount without forcing you to pay for what you won't use. And for older adults living alone or as a couple, that is a real advantage that not every place can provide. None of us wants to overpay for things we use every single day, but between knowing that and actually doing it lies a small habit every time you walk into a store. Next time you step inside Dollar Tree, don't rush to toss familiar items into your cart. Take them over to the price scanner first, ask the associates which day's new inventory arrives, and take a closer look at the shelves you usually walk right past without stopping. Today's 12 items are just the beginning.